It is the popular saying that an healthy society is a wealthy one. On the Great Mind program, medical experts are available to provide solutions to various health challenges. You desire greatness in life. Successful men and women in the society are available on the Great Mind program to reveal to you the secrets to their greatness. The Great Mind of Nancy Oshobo is a watch for all. Meet me on the program every Sunday between 3:30 and 4 p.m.
Happy Sunday to you, all our viewers at home. It is another educative moment with me, Bola Olayode, on the program The Great Mind. This week we are focusing on the importance of humanitarian service. The primary duty of healthcare providers globally is to save lives. They are the instruments being used by God to preserve lives and prevent untimely death, rendering service to Almighty God and humanity through their callings. Accredited healthcare providers under Ocean Insurance Scheme have been reminded of their primary duty of life-saving by putting service to humanity above remuneration. It will recall that a few days ago, leadership of Ocean Insurance Agency organized 2-day training for the accredited healthcare providers on basic emergency care, where the healthcare providers were taught how to handle emergency cases, resuscitating and giving advanced life support, resuscitation of the newborn, and neonatal resuscitation. The training was very revealing, with the specialists in different medical experts unfolded to the accredited healthcare providers under Ocean Insurance Scheme how to handle various critical situations. Executive Secretary of Ocean Insurance Agency, Dr. Rasak Akintunde Akindele, emphasized the need for the healthcare providers to be more committed to their primary duty of life-saving.
I want to believe that we have gained one or two things in that training we had yesterday. Even me, I gained a lot from the training we had yesterday. So we know that when you deliver a baby and the baby did not cry, you won't go and put the feet inside fire and burn the feet to resuscitate the baby. You will not put methylated spirits in the eyes and the nose and say that is what you are using to resuscitate the baby. And you will stop beating the innocent child. A baby that just came into the world. Only when the respiration is good, the heartbeat is good, the baby is pink. The first thing to call jury, they say, only that's the way to resuscitate. They have told us what you need to do when you have a newborn baby. They say, and when somebody beside you, you notice the person is not moving, you notice the person has stopped breathing, you should know what to do to quickly resuscitate that person. Kìí ṣe yípa, kìí ṣe iná àtẹná, kìí ṣe olúwa lolùṣọ́ àgùntàn mi. No, do something and save that soul. We understand quite a lot of time when people collapse, they are not yet dead. You can still bring them back to life. Those were the components of what we discussed yesterday. At HOIS, we intend to have a series of this type of discussion so that we can manage our patients, our clients, our friends appropriately. When somebody collapses, it is not water that will pour on that person. You have to be active. When somebody swallows something and the person is choked, you should know what to do to resuscitate that type of person. We have it in mind that in one of the series that we will bring, we will also address a lot of medical legal issues, so that you know when you are covered and you know when you should cover yourself. A gunshot injury in your hospital, don't allow the patient to die. Apply a first aid and send, if you cannot manage, send to where they can manage. Then make sure you do something. If you didn't do anything, it's against the law. Even if you just set in a line, you have done something. You understand? Let it be covered that you have done something. And immediately report to the police station that you have this case. Suspected machete injury, knife injury, it could be armed robbery cases. While you are treating, report to the police station. You understand? Know your limits. Know your limits. If you are not a gynecologist, don't go and do hysterectomy. You might know how to do it. Even if you are going to do it, have a backup of a gynecologist that will not be company. Sometimes when people see me that I invite surgeons to come and do angiography, to come and do appendectomy for me, they felt, guy. Sometimes when I look at the patient that this is VIP, or this is a patient that is likely to make trouble, I will get the specialist to come and do it. Not because I don't know how to do appendectomy or angiography, but I'll get the specialist to come and do it. So that if anything goes wrong, he has that certificate, to kill, quote. You understand? We also need to know what you feel out there. I have a lot of enrollees coming to complain about facilities. And I have facilities also coming to complain about enrollees. After this meeting, we are going to also have the ICT people discuss some new developments with us. Quite a lot of facilities are not catching up with us technologically. A lot of people still don't know how to request for code for secondary treatment. OIS is deploying artificial intelligence now, so that to make our operations very easy. And that was why you could see that OIS is gradually becoming household name now. We are still not yet there. The latest census puts the population of Osun at 5.5 million. We still have less than 300,000 enrollees in our scheme. This shows that we're just about 5%, 5 to 6% coverage. The law on social health insurance mandates everybody in this country to belong to one social health insurance or the other, whether the state or the national or private insurance. But you see, when you didn't panic, it will be difficult to enforce that when the economy is not good. But in Lagos now, it is fully enforced. Your child cannot attend a public school without you having a certificate of social health insurance. You cannot get a driver's license without, in fact, you cannot get anything from the government in Lagos without a certificate of social health insurance. So when my colleague in Lagos says that every month what they get into the cover of their own insurance scheme is almost 15 billion every month, then we say, where are we in Osun? But you see, some things can encourage people. Now we have a lot of informal sector coming in on board. Some of the things that can encourage them will be when they get good services where they go. They will know that, oh, this is a scheme they must belong to. And they will encourage other people to join. That's why we have to talk. That's why we don't have to use our power as regulatory bodies all the time. We have to talk and take decisions together and see how the scheme is going to move forward for the sake of our people in Osun State.
I want to join every person that has been showering encomium on the ears. I want to say it in Yoruba that for those of us who have worked, who have had the opportunity to work with him in the past, we know he's a performer. He's a hard-working man. If I continue to say it, it will be as if I'm making a fair budget. I just say that God will continue to strengthen you, and that in a nutshell, just keep it up. The Lord is your strength. So the area of concern to me is that issue of blood transfusion. About 3-4 years ago in my area, I come from a pint of packed cell or whole blood is between 10,000 or thereabouts. Today, it is nothing less than 20,000, and if it is precious negative, around that's 30,000. And I've searched the benefit package manner of ways from page to page. I've not seen where they have, or maybe it is the old version that I have that is causing problem for us. The old rate is, I think it is still 7,500 naira. So with this, there is no way you will not have disagreement or struggle with your clients when it is time for you to translate. So I want to please ask, what is the latest? What is the latest amount that is incorporated into the manner package of rates? Thank you.
I'm Dr. Taiwo. What I want to say is more of my own personal experience with my own, in my own facility. And I really want to appreciate you and your team for what you have been doing so far. And then the innovations that you are bringing on board. And that's one of the characteristics of good leadership, that bringing something that outlives you in office. That even if you are no longer there, if another administration is coming in, it will be very difficult to scrap. So I want to give you kudos on that. Constantly you are engaging to make sure that things get better. But anyway, there is no perfect situation, definitely. So there are areas that I want you to pay attention to.
I want to appreciate the management of Lucia for the wonderful job that is being done. Most of my questions have been answered, but I just want to make it clear. Issue of patients, I mean enrollees, because when they come in like a god. Some of them 6 a.m. The ES has mentioned, giving us some examples of people that come in the night. Please, maybe when you are making your jingle, let them know that doctors are also human. They need to rest. You see somebody coming in the midnight for malaria, and they will be saying they are removing their money. That's why I say some of the questions have been answered. Please let them know that doctors also need to rest. Not that they will be working from morning, they still passing on. Many facilities are looking for doctors, like our own facility. We are looking for a medical officer, we are yet to get one. So the only person running also needs to rest. So whenever they ask them, they should exercise some patience.
It is not an overstatement to appreciate you, sir. I came yesterday, I'm here today, and I must confess that I have seen a balanced man that you are. No sentiment, in all the things you talked about no sentiment. You talked about standard practice, you talked about covering your bags, covering your tracks, and making sure you do the right thing at the right time. So if you do the right thing, it is easy to fight. You have confidence, you are ready to go anywhere, because you know that within the confines and the provisions of the ethics of your profession, you have done the right thing. So it is easy to stand on your ground and fight on. All right, having said that, I want to thank you very much. I really celebrate you. I am proud of you. This is my first time of meeting you, but I must confess to you that what I saw yesterday and today so far gives me a good impression of the kind of person you are. Thank you, sir. Now, this is the issue. If the OSHA gives our patients the notion that they are the king, that they can do and undo, then it's going to be a big problem. When you say you are running a program for enrollees to know their rights, it's a very wrong caption, because it's telling them that at every point in time, whether they do it right indeed or wrong, they are right. But me, the provider, I have my rights too.
Join others in congratulating the management of OSHA for the good work we are doing. Actually, I deliberately remained quiet because I wanted to see how much of what I am thinking will be said, and most of it has been said. Especially the last speaker captured a lot of the things I was thinking about concerning co-payment. I think that should really be looked into. Not only 10% of drugs, but 10% of services. I think we should look into that.
From your teaching of state, my observation is at times we'll see some names on the panel list on the app, but those names will not appear on the panel list. What can we do? And the patient will be claiming that their name is on the app and it won't appear on the panel list.
I was once your student in Outer Medical School of years back. Thank you so much, sir. I just have most of what I would love to have said and said by other speakers. But I have a comment on the OSHA app, the diagnosis part of the app. I don't know if health professionals or if they supervise the diagnosis part of the OSHA app, because at times the first officer comes to some of the doctors, the resident doctors in the facility where I work. You ask doctor, is the diagnosis one of you have written, but now there's no way to be found on the app. So at times you have to choose diagnoses that are either under or not even related to what the patient has.
Dr. Shina Igbalaye is the Director, Standard and Quality Assurance Department, Osun Insurance Agency.
You understand? So these are things that the enrollees raise and throw up as questions, and they begin to wonder what is actually happening with the provider. Well, the test which is the prerogative of the doctor. Enrollee asking or suggesting or asking to do this, it is unethical, and I don't think that should be accepted. It's whatever they want them to do. Just as you said, if they are now asking for more or something else beyond what you are recommending, and you pay for it, then that is strictly between you and them. Even if you want a further commitment on the part of the enrollee, so that we make part of anyone who know, then commit them to writing. They have asked us to do this. For example, our classes, I think the agency pays about 3,000 for the classes. So people will come and say, I want Versace class, I want Versace free, I want Gucci free. And they're talking about all of this, there is 50 free. So we're talking about 50,000, 100,000. Are you now asking the agency to commit to paying that from? No. So please, let us restrict it, let them know what is wrong, what is not covered. And then once they know that we're also conversant with what you are saying, then they will begin to push us about. Now, then we together for collaborate. The questions posed across by Mr. from Union says collaboration with international bodies and donors. I must say it is not because the US is here. He has done a whole lot of things since he came regarding that. Trying to go around, move around, having meetings, trying to get donors, partners to come and help agencies to do some of these things. It is still work in progress. I'm sure on top of his game, very good results will be passed across, will be known to us very soon. Complaints for service not being covered. This also boils down to the fact that let us get familiar with our benefit package. Once we know, then something not being covered, we know what is not covered. It is there. It is not going to ways about it. It is not covered, it is not covered. It is not covered. I cannot manufacture it. And I get a lot of show plan machine, patient one take our fresh actually the best and a lot of things. So I'm appealing to us, let us please get familiar with our benefit package, our professional service study. By the time we notice them, we know whatever is what is not covered. To professionals, okay, well, regarding the radio publicity, of course, since the program came, he has committed to spending so much on publicity, and it is, born out of the fact that we feels we need to educate and enlighten both the providers and also the employees. And we are doing that. And I must say, the technical best personnel in the agency are the ones going for that. So I'm surprised that that's the response that you mentioned. Nonetheless, we still look, in fact, the big move, information officer actually said is to also see that the presenters, guests, ask and the wish to nag everything they want from this. If there is no OSHA program where such we ask, what we say, we only educate the employees to know their rights for them not to be cheated. That's for information. So I know that's also.
Head of ICT Unit, Mr. Akambi Akinolu and his team, were also on ground at the training.
Operations can affect what you are doing, but doesn't mean that the app is not working. And on the platform, those of us who are active, the moment you post that you're having issues, you see follow-up response as to what to do next or how to have it settled. So kindly pay attention. When you have questions, please let us know. I want over now to Mr. to quickly run us through the updates that we have on the app before we run us through the process of referral and code generation and other stuff like that.
Once you go to his website, you're going to see a chat bubble at the bottom right of the page. It supports voice and text-based chat. So you go to the chat box, you just ask it, okay, what are the plans for OHIS? The normal questions, inquiries about OHIS, and the AI is going to answer you. The AI can answer you in terms of text, the AI can also answer you in terms of audio in real time.
So we want to encourage ourselves to practice very well. To do good practice, evidence-based practice. When a patient leaves his house and comes to you, what he believes, laying along, you are the next person. See any ever because of our carelessness. That is why we have to be careful what we do to sustain the lives that come to us and not to cause any more injury to anybody that comes to us. By then, you will be fulfilled. By then, you will be fulfilled in life that you have done what is very good for your fellow human being.
Humanitarian service usually attracts generational blessing to anyone that is committed to rendering selfless service. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sábàlá ètò yìí lédè abínibí wa àsìkò ìsinmi ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ẹ̀ láòsè lórí èèpẹ̀ láṣẹ Olódùmarè ọba àṣẹ̀dá. Ohun tá a sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí ni iṣẹ́ ìsìn sí ìran ọmọnìyàn. Káàkiri orílẹ̀-èdè àgbáyé, iṣẹ́ àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ elétò ìlera ni láti máa dóòlà ẹ̀mí. Àwọn Olódùmarè gbé iṣẹ́ lé lọ́wọ́ láti máa ṣètọ́jú àwọn ènìyàn àti láti máa dẹ́kun ikú àìtọ́jọ́ láwùjọ nípa tí iṣẹ́ sin ìran ọmọnìyàn nípa ìpè wọn nínú iṣẹ́ tí wọ́n yàn láàyò. Èyí ló sì ṣokùnfà bí wọ́n ti ṣe mú wá sí ìrántí àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ elétò ìlera tí àjẹ́tòfò ìlera ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun fòǹtẹ̀lù láti máa tọ́jú àwọn olùkópa nínú ètò ìdójútòfò ìlera. Wọ́n jẹ́ kí àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ elétò ìlera náà mọ bó ti ṣe pọn dandan fún wọn sí láti mú iṣẹ́ wọn tó jẹ́ ìdóòlẹ̀mí lọ́kùnkúndùn. Tí a bá rántí bí ọjọ́ mélòó kan sẹ́yìn, lájẹ́tòfò ìlera ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun ṣe ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ fún àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ elétò ìlera tó ń tọ́jú àwọn olùkópa nínú ètò ìdójútòfò ìlera ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun, níbi tí àwọn ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n lẹ́kàǹkà iṣẹ́ ìṣègùn òyìnbó ti ṣe ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ fún àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ elétò ìlera náà hàn láti máa tọ́jú aláìsàn tó wà lágbègbè méjì ayé àti ọ̀run. Dókítà Rasaki Akíntúndé Akíndélé sọ bó ṣe pọn dandan sí kí àwọn òṣèlétò ìlera tájọ náà fòǹtẹ̀lù ti ṣe máa fi tọkàntọkàn ṣiṣẹ́ wọn pẹ̀lú ìfejì tó gbópọn sí iṣẹ́ ẹ̀sìn sí ìran ọmọnìyàn nítorí wípé èrè gọbọi l'Olódùmarè máa ń san fún ẹni tó bá fi tọkàntọkàn sí ìran ọmọnìyàn. Àwọn olùkópa nínú ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ náà kò ṣàìfẹ̀mí ìmoore hàn sí àjọ tó fún ìlera ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun.
Ẹ máa lọ báyọ̀ a dúpẹ́ fún ètò tí wọ́n ṣe fún wa ní ọjọ́ méjì yìí. A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn ìjọba, a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gómìnà, a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn Ocean management wọ́n train wa fún odidi ọjọ́ méjì. Lẹ́nìyàn bá ṣubú lulẹ̀ wọ́n á sọ pé bóyá ayé ń ṣe ni àbẹ́nìkan ló ń tẹ̀lé, ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n ti kọ́ wa bá a ṣe máa tètè yára sẹ́ni tó bá ṣubú lulẹ̀. Àwọn ọmọ kéékèèké tí wọ́n bá ní ìyọnu náà bí a ṣe máa tètè tọ́jú wọn, àwọn aláboyún gbogbo ẹni wọ́n kọ́ wa lánàá. Lẹ́ni yìí wọ́n tún fi òlélẹ̀ nípa pé bí a ó ṣe ti máa lo áàpù wa tó fi jẹ́ pé gbogbo tá a bá ń béèrè lọ́wọ́ wọn wọ́n tètè máa dá wa lóhùn, bá a ṣe máa rìkọ́dù àwọn nǹkan. Wọ́n tún ti ń lo AI sìn tó fi jẹ́ pé yóò tún jẹ́ kí iṣẹ́ wa kó yá, àti pé tá a bá ń béèrè yóò tún jẹ́ kó máa yá kíákíá. A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ìjọba, a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ocean management, a sì ń sọ pé kí wọ́n jọ̀ọ́ kó jẹ́ kí irú àwọn nǹkan wọ̀nyí kó tún máa wáyé ní òrèkóòrè. Inú wa dùn sí tí wọ́n ṣe. A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ìjọba, a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ocean.
Àdéhùn sọ lórí ọ̀nà tá a fi lè ran àwọn aláboyún lọ́wọ́ tí ikú àwọn aláboyún ó fi dínkù. So tẹ́ bá aláboyún tó fẹ́ bímọ tó ń bleed tẹ́jẹ̀ pọ̀, ọ̀nà tá a lè gbà tá a fi lè ràn lọ́wọ́ tó fi lè débi hospital tó ti lè tó mọ gba àwọn àǹfààní mẹ́sì. So gbogbo àwọn eléyìí ó ń dín ikú kù láwùjọ.
Pa àwọn tó bá ní ìfarapa, so ọ̀nà wo lè èèyàn lè gbà gbé wọn, ọ̀nà wo lè èèyàn lè gbà tọ́jú wọn. So a rí pé irú nǹkan wọ̀nyẹn lè ṣẹlẹ̀ because ní àdúgbò bíi tá a wà environment wide ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ èèyàn lójú pópó, ọlọ́kadà, èèyàn tó fẹsẹ̀ rìn àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ, anybody ló lè ní ìfarapa. So pẹ̀lú irú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ àǹfààní ti wà. Àwọn tó wà lábẹ́ ẹ̀kọ́ yìí ti rí àwọn nǹkan tuntun míì, so pẹ̀lú tá a ti mọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀, and that one way assist.
Iṣẹ́ ẹ̀sìn sí ìran ọmọnìyàn máa fa ìbùkún ìrandíran látọ̀dọ̀ Olódùmarè fẹ́ni tó bá farajìn sí i. Níbi tí a máa fẹ́rẹ̀ gbé ètò rọ̀ sí ní lónìí, ẹ jẹ́ ká sì jọ pàdé lọ́sẹ̀ tó ń bọ̀ fákọ̀tun ètò yìí kan náà láṣẹ Olódùmarè ọba ṣẹ̀dá ǹjẹ́ tí ìgbà náà ire o.